What is going on, guys? It's your boy Akio Crunch here today, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my class setup video. Pretty much it's just for Dom. And you notice I have a Dom, a Blitz, and pretty much 4 S&D classes. Primarily because S&D, there's just so many ways to play S&D. I just have to have a class for every map. I play differently on every map. Or I just have like answers for certain things on different maps. Note that I also have the 10 classes. If you don't have the 10 classes, you know, you can probably condense this. Just pick the. There's probably 4 I probably don't use. I can't really say at the moment, but there's definitely 4 or 5 in there that I actually don't use. So, anyways, guys, this is just for domination only. It's pretty much these classes with section off based on what maps it is, and you'll notice. Normally, I am the statue AR, or I'm more of the the passive aggressive AR on domination. So let's just get right into this, guys. Okay, so the first class is pretty much a double nade, double Semtex, double stun AR plus a pistol class. The only reason why I'm using a pistol over, say, like strong arm is because a lot of the domination maps I don't really need strong arm for. I rather use a pistol, have it out to run towards a cutoff where I can just nade and stun. 9 out of 10 times, there's not very good nade spots that you can just spawn on and just start throwing nades. But that's primarily why the pistol is there, just to run out and get to a choke point or get to a spot where I can start throwing stuns and nades and help out. It also is really good on freight. Say, for instance, like if I'm camping, like, second story brown or beer or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or white 2 or red 3 or green 3. I could just stand, and they're trying to hop on B flag. I can just sit there and just hurl nades. I'll just hurl the stuns first, and then just throw the Semtexes on the flag, and it will almost always guarantee, if they're not stunned, you're probably just gonna kill them anyways with the nades, or you're just it's just applying pressure. It's a lot of the times applying pressure to a B flag, and make them address the issue. A lot of the times, that's what happens. I get addressed, but anyways, it's really good. It's good for Octane and. Octane, if you're playing top 1, if you're playing this is a class I use to play top 1 on a lot, and what I use on Fright a lot of the times. It's usually what I default on those 2 maps. Usually at least off the start. Next class is a blast shield class with a nade, quick draw, and all that. I think this is probably one of my favorite classes. I think it's the more consistent class and all that. And you'll notice a lot of these classes I foregrip on. I like foregrip a little better. Because a lot of times, being the statue, I am dealing with encounters from distances. I'm not as aggressive as a lot of other players are, but even then, so it's not bad at mid-range. Again, it's like in mid-range, I'd much rather have the muzzle brake at that point. But you just deal with things that you're just given. But it's not terrible. You just got to get used to it. Anyways, the next one is kind of a Dito-esque class. It's pretty much like a one of everything. I call it a 1-for-1 type of class. I have an AR, a pistol, a nade, and a trophy, and quick draw ready up. It's pretty much like forcing a gun. It's pretty much the AR class where I try to force as many gunfights, try to get to a cutoff. If I need to hop a flag, I have a trophy. Just really simple, standard stuff. And to be honest, like, if you don't like the pistols in this game, you can really take them off for something else. Like in the first class, you can use shit like strong arm, or on the 1-for-1 class, you can really cut the trophy and the pistol, put on lightweight or something, or cut the pistol, put an extra tactical, have 2 trophies. It's really up to you. That's just my preference. That's what I like. So, alright, on the next class. This is a really aggressive AR class where I need to be on hills, or where I need to be slaying middle map, or I'm just really interacting with the middle map more than I am sitting in, like, I want to say, more in front of our home base. The muzzle brake, because a lot of your gunfights are going to be mid to kind of midish long, not too bad. You still have the AR power, but you can handle those close to mid-range gunfights with an AR and not be completely shit out of luck. Just the 2 nades is just in case I'm in the situation like on Sovereign. If I'm like in top control, I can peek out Nest and just throw nades and just help out the team if I need to. The next one is an Octane oriented class. If they're using like LMGs, thermal LMGs very heavily, not a lot of people use incog, just because my position I have to be a little selfless and pretty much put it incog so I don't get pinned down by 4 or 5 ARs. Well, not 5, like you know what I mean, like 4 ARs or like 2 LMGs. Like getting pinned down by 2 LMGs is not fine. It's just that the idea of having incog is that if they don't spot you first, you will 9 out of 10 times win the encounter if you spot them first anyways. Well, that's all Call of Duty, but it's really important on Octane, especially if thermal is a factor in that game. Pistol interacts really good with lightweight. You could really take the pistol away for a smoke or a trophy. Again, that's up to you. That's just my preference. Next one, very standard class. It favors the 2 ways I like to play. I don't like to roam. I can be very aggressive or I can be very campy. But if I need to be aggressive, like it's pretty much the LMG reflex class. It's really if I need to hold a map, I'll have the LMG out. If I need to get to a cutoff, I'll pull out the sub. If I need to roam the other side of the map, I'll put on the sub. If I need to hop on a flag, I'll put on the sub. It's just really good in general, to be honest. I think the class is just one of the most broken classes in the game. If you don't have one slot, appointed to that class or a variation of this class in every game mode, I think you're just doing something wrong. Next are my subclasses. Very standard MTAR class. If I just feel like my shot's on, I'm going to use the MTAR. The MTAR reacts all the guns in the game. And I know the Vector is very good right now, and I'll go into that in another video. That's pretty much where I'm at. Next one is pretty much my Strike Zone class, where I have a nade, a reflex, I have a reflex and a trophy. It's pretty much just the hop on flags. I'm usually the guy capping home flags or playing for their home flags on Strike Zone. That's usually me. I never interacted with B a lot. I'm usually mid-court, mid-map, and on either of the home flags, trying to, pretty much cut off. I'm pretty much trying to force them into a situation where they have to run to B. Same one with the other one. If I just feel like they're playing way too aggressive and I just need to slow down my gameplay, I just used a Vector with the red dot and muzzle brake. I like red dot muzzle brake a lot. I don't know, for me, the foregrip just doesn't work well for me. I usually play off host a lot. I never host, or I never play on a host that is, comfortable for me. So the muzzle brake bails me out more than anything. I used foregrip for a while. I didn't like it. I felt like there was so many kills, like there were so many encounters that I would have won with the muzzle brake than I would with the foregrip with the sub, especially with the Vector. But that's just me. The next class is just pretty much a run and gun, roaming, a very standard subclass. Whatever you want to do if you're like roaming or you're trying to get to a cutoff, it's only because Marathon's just good, especially with the Vector because you have to slow down your gameplay. The Vector just gets you to where you need to be, and then before you get to that area or to a choke point or a cutoff, you just slow it down, pre-aim, and just do the things the Vector does best. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll probably put up my S&Ds per map hopefully soon.